And we are live. Guys, Barbie's square dance dress turned out amazing. And she's got these matching cowgirl boots that I sewed. And hello, this is just so gorgeous. The only problem, Barbie, is I'm a little jealous because you have this amazing outfit and I have nothing. So let's work on fixing that. The same Barbie pattern, 1963, McCalls 7137 has this amazing Western style blouse for Barbie. And guess what else we've got? We've got Charm Patterns by Gertie. Amazing Western blouse pattern. This is the Patsy blouse, and it's adorable. Come on, you had me at fringe, right? So what we are sewing today is we're sewing Barbie a Western blouse and we're sewing this cowgirl a Western blouse. Let me show you the fabric that I've picked for mine. This has fireflies on it. Look at fireflies. It's got some gold sparkle, little colorful jars, and then I've got, of course, some gold fringe. I haven't quite picked the pattern for Barbie yet. I don't think this will work for her because the scale is just going to be too big. What do you think, Barbie? Do you want that for your blouse? Maybe we could fit like one firefly on the front of it. We'll see. But I've also got a whole stack of really cute Pioneer Woman fat quarters. We could maybe do a little pink polka dot cowgirl blouse with some white rickrack. Oh my gosh, we got a lot of choices here. But let's start at the beginning. So what I did this morning, gang, was, I spent a few days doing this actually. I cut out the pattern pieces for the Patsy. Now this I was a little bit unsure of, right? Because it looked to me like this wasn't clear if this was where I would put a dart and then sew the dart together, or am I cutting out along there and then sewing my 5/8 inch seam allowance and then closing the dart that way. So I did it both ways, and I think the way that I ended up doing it needs to be swapped to the other way, but we'll see how that goes. This is the back piece here. This was cut on fold, and then we've got two darts here in the center. Now, when I tried the toile on, and I sewed a size 2, this pattern by Gertie has an incredible amount of ease. So let me show you what this looks like. This is the measurements of, no, that's not it. This is, nope, that's not it either. Well, gang, let's just say that the amount of ease in this pattern, this is the Patsy blouse by Charm Patterns. There is so much ease, so much ease. Hi, Michelle's Crafts and More. Thanks for being here. Thanks everybody for joining in. So we're going to come back to that, but for now, let's just focus on the fact that my toile was not perfect. And that means I'm going to be setting my product aside, and we're going to be working on Barbie's pattern. So let's head over here. And I know I had gotten a comment earlier on, you know, you've got these vintage patterns, why are you cutting them? You should be tracing them. So part of the reason I don't do that all the time is because my hands aren't so good. So I'm gonna try to make the audience happy. I'm gonna just trace these pattern pieces out onto this white tissue paper. And I don't know how long my fingers will last, but we'll give it a go. So this right here that I'm going to start with is the collar for the top. And I like this acrylic ruler that I have. It's just a little one by Dritz. It's nice because it's got like some dimension to it. So my fingers do a pretty good job of grasping it and working with it that way. Oh my goodness, these doll pattern pieces are just too precious, you guys. They are too cute. All right, so this is collar, and then this is going to be there. What are these other markings here? This looks like It's got two lines here. I can just draw those in. And then this looks like, I don't know if that's going to be some seam allowance or what. It looks like this is the center back, and lengthwise or crosswise it says. All right, so this says fold and this says collar. And this is pattern A, fold, center, back. Okay, there's our first piece. Very cute. That's for the collar. So now next is going to be the shirt back. And if you didn't catch my last video, you guys ought to know something about my Barbie. She's a modern girl. And because these pattern pieces are done based on Barbie's measurements in 1963, the fit for her was not perfect because Barbie's measurements went through quite a big change, I think in 1989. Look at how wobbly I get when I don't use a ruler. Okay, so I'm just marking my notches here. And now this looks like, this is the, I think these dotted lines that I'm drawing in here are probably the seam allowance. So this is a little bit kind of like that, here and here. This is shirt A, back. And all of these patterns are saying you can cut it either lengthwise or crosswise. Center back, place on fold, cut on fold is like what I like to call it. All right, and then we're gonna have, oh my gosh, it was so funny, right? For all these doll patterns, they use a 1/4 inch seam allowance. And this morning I'm putting together this toile for human size clothing, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this 5/8 inch seam allowance is ginormous. It was just so much different working with something. Can you all still see me? My stupid alarm went off. I don't know why that keeps happening. Hi Eclipse, how are you? Thanks for tuning in. We are tracing a Barbie doll pattern for a Western outfit. A little Western style blouse, 1963 style. I'm having a little trouble with getting my fingers to do what I want them to, but I think this is good enough. Okay, so look, this is calling for right here. It says a chain stitch. And I don't know what that is. Is that like some kind of fancy pants embroidery stitch? I'm guessing. We'll have to see. Look at, I'm doing pretty good. How do they look? I like it. Let's do 2 more pieces and then this will be the whole blouse. There's also a pair of pants, but we're gonna focus just on the blouse for today, I think. Probably going to be plenty for these fingers. Look at these cute little sleeves. Hang on, I didn't get that quite the way I wanted it. Oh, why do I feel so crooked here? This pattern has these really weird things where instead of having like one line to cut, it says cut in between the 2 lines. And it's just so strange. Like for me, I think I would prefer just one crisp, easy to see line, but I don't really get that for these. So I'm just having a little trouble figuring out. Okay. This is going to be, that says that's the hemline. L-I-N-E. And this is the sleeve. Cute little short sleeves. The Gertie blouse has so many different options on how to do your sleeves, and I'm like definitely thinking, because it's summertime, short sleeves for me. And so I'm glad that Barbie's blouse is also a short sleeve version, because we're gonna be twinsies. The sleeves on her square dance dress, let me show you. They're so cute, you guys. They're like little puff sleeves with a little bit of gathering at the bottom and then like puff up here. I hope that the Western blouse sleeves are gonna be similar to that because I really like that look for her. It's like feminine and delicate and really flirty and adorable. Okay, so this piece that I'm working on now, I'm guessing is the front, and usually, well, I don't know. The dress that I made for her opened in the back, and this one, I guess we'll find out if it buttons up the front to go on and off, or if it's gonna be, well, no, it must button in the front for this shirt, because remember when I was doing the first back piece, it was cut on fold. Yeah, so we'll have two different, oh, interesting. Oh, look it, this is the collar placket, I guess. Oh, some of the print I can't read because it's, even though I have like two bright lights shining on here, my eyeballs just aren't so good. So once I get this all traced up, or mostly traced up, then I'm gonna work, okay, that says turn hem there. Turn here is what it says. Turn here. I'm not sure what turn here means, but we'll figure that out. Here's where our snaps are gonna go. So it looks like the front is gonna have, oh my gosh, could you guys imagine if we had like little pearl snap buttons on this blouse for Barbie? Or alternatively, we could do little, oh, what am I trying to say? We could do little like rhinestone buttons. Somebody was telling me about something, oh man, I don't remember what it's called. I have to ask my friend Betsy. She knows. It's some kind of special like heatable, it's not quite a sequin, but it's like a heatable adherent like not a rhinestone either. Basically, we need to really decorate this top up because Barbie's gonna be looking really, really good. She's gonna be like having a tough time deciding when she's going out at night. Am I gonna wear my square dance dress tonight, or am I gonna wear my Western blouse with some like badass jeans? I don't know, guys. What do you think for this? Should we do matching top and bottom for the monochromatic look? Or should we do, okay, so this is shirt front, and now I'm just drawing in my seam allowances. I'm not really sure why these are like on the pattern like that. Like, I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna draw them on my fabric when I cut them out, right? But for whatever reason they're on here, so I'm just copying them over. And here's our, I'll tell you what, these lamps really chuck off some heat. Okay, is that everything? Okay, well this says cut to. Look at writing upside down is like really good for your brain. And then this is center front, F-R-O-N-T. I'm just copying the letters, like tracing them, which is so much easier than if my brain had to figure out how they go. All right, and then this just says shirt front, F-R. Okay, look at guys, we got our pieces. Oh, let me get my notches on here. We got one there, two here, and looks like just one up here. Anything else we need to mark? Not that I'm seeing. This is another chain stitch. So I was thinking at first that there was like going to be piping on this, but now that I'm thinking about it and looking at it more closely, like that would just be way too delicate to do. Like, can you just see how tiny that is? And then I guess we do, is there chain stitch around the sleeve too? Like I was thinking that could be rickrack, but no, even that, like if I got the tiniest little rickrack, it would just be way too big. Barbie's just so little. Okay, so I just clipped this tissue paper to my pattern. I unclipped that. Oh, catch my breath. Denim colored fabric to go with her boots. I like that idea. I think that would be really cute. Oh, I hope you guys didn't get an upskirt of her. That would be so cute. Red boots, denim jeans, and then what are we going to do? Oh, man. Should we do this pattern again? Because I don't know. We got a lot to choose from. It's going to be a tough decision, I think. And I'm like kind of tempted, even though it might not look right because the scale is too big, I am kind of tempted to get her a firefly one. I think it could be fun to try to like center the pattern. She could definitely have it centered like the shirt back. You know, we could have like a firefly centered back there. Oh, it's very cute. We'll have to figure it out. Okay, so this looks pretty good. I got everything labeled on here, I think. 1/4 inch seam allowance. They have like these numbers on here. I had trouble following these instructions, frankly. But just to be complete, I'm going to mark these numbers on here. And this is a little harder because now I'm doing it upside down without tracing. 1, 4, oh shoot, I forgot a little notch. Let's get this lined up for a minute again. Where is it? It is right here, it looks like. Yeah. And what number? That was number 4. Is that all the numbers? Yep. Now this has a number 4 right there. This says cut 2, I got that. We're only cutting one of that on the fold, and this is a cut 2. Obviously, we got 2 sleeves, and this is labeled 3 up here and 2 down here. And we got a 1, a 3, and a 5. 1, 3, 5. Okay. That looks like everything. We are marked. Now, I'm gonna get this out of here. And now, we cut. How y'all doing this Sunday night? If you're liking what you see, please give me a thumbs up. This is my second time sewing a Barbie doll outfit. And, whew, it's not that easy, guys. I do as much machine sewing as possible. The only thing I ended up hand sewing for the square dance dress was the snaps. Because those, I don't think I could do by machine. You know what is cool though? Did y'all know that buttons and buttonholes can be sewn by your sewing machine? The first time I used the button attachment foot, I was in awe. I was like, sewing machines are the best invention ever. Because it's just a lot of work to sew a button. Sewing in general is a lot of work. Like, I could totally appreciate whoever was like, we're trying to make all these clothes, it's taking so long, let's see if we can find a way for like a machine to do it. And how incredible is that invention of the sewing machine? The 2 machines that I have are from the 1960s, and actually I think my older machine is from 1959. And they're both amazing. Like, they work so well. For one of them, I had to replace a gear, and for the other one, I had to replace a belt. And besides that, look at, oh my gosh, it's so cute. It's so cute. She's gonna have front darts here. Oh my gosh, it's gonna fit her so good. Especially if I manage to get my hands on a pre-1989 Barbie. It's gonna fit so good. All right, my wrists are a little bit angry right now. So let me, rather than like turning my wrist all over the place, which is really bad for me, let me cut out, well, let me just cut out this one piece first, and then the other ones I'm just gonna not have to worry about moving this whole big flap of paper around. This collar's gonna be cut on fold. That's the fold. That's gonna be cut in half and then attached to the neckline. Oh my god, it's so cute! So cute. Yeah, my wrists and my thumbs are like my nemesis. But they're getting the job done tonight, aren't they? So yeah, getting back to the sewing machines. I would not be able to sew if it were not for sewing machines. So I'm very grateful. Look at, this is so cute. Here we go. This is a whopping 1 3/4 inch long. And after we do the seam allowance, the sleeve is only like 1 1/8 inch. Barbie, you're so small. You're like shorter than I am. All right, and now let's get our last piece cut out. I like using the rotary cutter as much as I can, more than the scissors, but it's basically impossible with doll pattern pieces, I think. I don't think I ever tried it. Maybe if I had a teeny tiny little one, which actually I do have one. It's a little smaller, but I just don't think it would be a good deal. So thank you for bearing with me as I work with these scissors. These are like special ergonomic ones that I use from Fiskars. If you have any hand or wrist issues and you're looking for a pair of scissors for sewing or other crafting, I definitely recommend these. There might be a link in the description if you want to check them out. Speaking of, Amazon Prime Day is coming up, and if you're a Walmart Plus member like myself, that is also heading our way in July. I got like 3 months free of Cinemax? Showtime? Yeah, I think I got 3 months free of Showtime with my Walmart Plus membership like a week ago. They're like, here you go. I'm like, don't mind if I do. Set the reminder in my phone of when to cancel. And, oh my gosh. Okay, so we got our pattern pieces cut out. Very adorable. Should we take a look at what kind of fabric we should pick for this? Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Okay. Yeah, let's take a look. And first of all, you know what? Since I have this fabric, I love this fabric. Let's just play around with this to start. So this one is, sorry, let me get all these silly pattern pieces out of the way so that I don't rip or damage them after I was just so careful with the cutting. Okay. So, back to our fabric. It's so adorable. Okay, so if we were to do, you guys, I think I'm gonna use this fabric for her top. Unless you think it's gonna look crazy. Like, is this gonna be too crazy of a top for Barbie? I know I can pull off the Firefly, but is this really gonna be in line with 1963? Should we make it a little more traditional? Originally, when I was sewing the square dance dress, I was going to use this purple polka dot one. Not purple. It's like a pink. Uh-oh, did I lose a piece? They're all blowing around already. I was going to use this one at first. I thought that would look really cute. But let's take a look at what we're working with. We've got red boots. Now, these can get some embroidery detailing on the sides. I have not felt up for that because hand sewing, you know, not my forte. But I was thinking if I did that, I would add white embroidery thread. And obviously, if we did this for her blouse, we would not be able to wear the red cowboy boots. But if we did the teal polka dot, I could see the red boots with that. I mean, it probably wouldn't be my first choice, but I could see it. Ooh. Ooh! What do we think of the pink and rose? That might be really cute. Oh my gosh! And then we've also got this one. This is a little bit of a larger scale pattern. Oh my gosh, it could be really cute. I could use like this littler flower area here. I'm just trying to see like what would be inside the seam allowance. How much of it would we be seeing? Not a ton, but oh my gosh, that would be really cute. And that could look really good. I mean, I don't know if I would do... I think I'm going to do separate color. I think I'm just going to do traditional jeans for her. And then we're going to just pick whatever pattern we want for the blouse. And now I'm very torn. Does anyone here like the pink flowers on the red background? Let me know in the chat. And if you prefer this multicolor floral with the navy background, let me know if you prefer that. Michelle's got her vote in. This is option 1, option 2. What do y'all think? Option 1, option 2, 1, 2. I'm leaning towards this. The blue floral is too large. I think I agree with you. Okay, we're gonna go for it. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. I don't think there's anything in here that I'm overlooking. So yes. Oh my god, this is gonna be so cute. Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh, Barbie, you're gonna love this outfit so much. Okay. Whew. It's like hot and sticky here, and because I'm in this room that has like the air duct right near the sewing space, I turn the air off and I'm like getting a little sticky. It's not the best. Oh my gosh, and we're gonna definitely make her a matching kerchief again. Hippie Hair says, what are these for? We are sewing Barbie a Western blouse. And when we're done with hers, we're gonna be sewing one for me. This is the Patsy blouse. The one that I'm gonna sew for me is this one. It's gonna have a separate color yoke up here, and then I'm gonna do it short sleeve instead of long sleeve. So my sleeves are gonna look like that. But it's gonna be freaking adorable, guys. And I'm doing this regular collar. That's the kind that hers is gonna have too. There's also an option to do a band collar. But I like to be real fancy. Oh my gosh, you guys. Barbie, do you like it? Yes. Okay, so let me try to get some things out of the way here. And I'm going to pin these pattern pieces and cut them out. And I think I lost a pattern piece, possibly for good. So there's 3 pieces that I cut out, right? And I need to find the back piece that's gone missing. Put those over there. Let's get Barbie over there. There's always so much stuff to keep out of the way and organized, isn't there? I can probably just move this stuff over here, actually. And then if I can find that missing piece, I should be good to go. All right, so they were like very nonchalant about which direction to cut the fabric on. If y'all are not sewers, it's important to know that when you sew a blouse, you want the side that stretches. So basically, let me show you. In one direction, there's very little stretch. And that's the direction that lines up with what's called the selvage edge. Now, in the other direction, you have a little bit of stretch. And it's how much is going to depend on your fabric. But basically, let's say that, you know, you're wearing a dress. You would, oh my gosh, Barbie, that was such a weird angle. Don't do that again, please. You're going to want your stretch to be going around your waist, around your hips. So I'm going to just kind of keep that in mind when I'm cutting. And Barbie's gonna be grateful because it's gonna mean she'll have a more comfortable outfit, I think. All right, I'm really upset with myself that I have a missing, oh, I found it. Barbie lost her kerchief, but that's okay. Barbie, sit over here and watch. All right. Here. Get it out of my way. Oh, all my pieces are over here. Where did the other two go off to? Wow. See, that's the thing with tissue paper. It just never stays where you need it to. Okay. Oh my gosh, I can't bend down. Got it. Okay. So let's see here. When we cut material, this again is the selvage edge. So we're going to be going lengthwise. And because this is going to be cut on the fold, here I'll show you better. This is getting cut on the fold. So what we can do is we can put our material right sides together. That's typically the way you orient your fabric when you're cutting. And we're just going to put it here, pin it, and then cut right there on the fold. So let me get some pins out. And it's so much fun sewing Barbie clothes because you don't need a ton of material. If I was making a person blouse, let's just think, like a short sleeve person blouse, and I'm a very small size, it would probably take like at least a yard and a half of fabric, if I'm thinking that through right. Oh, this is getting cut on the fold here. So let me fold this a little bit out further, and then we'll be able to do both of them. This is the collar again. Oh my gosh. If she's able to like pop her collar and look really badass, I'm just gonna be like so psyched. Barbie with her red cowboy boots and her red floral cowgirl top. Like, come on. I really wish that I could buy some teeny tiny, like, miniature fringe. If anyone knows that that exists, could I make some? Like, could I make gold fringe out of thread? Like, that would not work, would it? Maybe I could with, like, yellow embroidery thread. I don't know. That seems like a big project, but it might be worth it. Betty, thank you so much. I'm so glad you're here watching. Let's get some pins over here and try to cut these out. And I do have to apologize if any of you were watching the final reveal of Barbie's square dance dress. I had a friend call me and it popped off the video, so I was not able to show the last steps. And it probably ended up being fine because you know how like the last little bit usually takes you a lot longer than you expect it to? The last little bit that I had to do was sew on the snaps on the back. And that was hand sewing, not my favorite thing in the world, but it turned out really well. And it's so funny, right? Because when I'm going through a project, sometimes I'm like, oh my gosh, I never want to sew this XYZ ever again. And then other times I think about it a little more and I'm like, wait a minute, that was actually really fun, wasn't it? So it's, you know, your mind plays tricks on you. It's all about your mindset, right? Okie dokie. So let's get these cute little, oh, we can probably pin this one too. Yeah. And that's going to get cut two, but it's not going to be cut on the fold. I mean, cut two as in cut two identical copies of it. Okay. I'm just going to do one more pin. I get so tired and then my fingers get clumsy and I want to skip steps, but I'm like, no, I'm going to keep going. So we're doing good. We're doing good. I like these scissors for cutting fabric. I get a lot of my sewing stuff secondhand. These are Mundial. I don't know if that's a brand, but I really like these. And Sometimes I use the ergonomic ones and sometimes I don't, and this just feels like the right ones to use right now. The other ones were too far away. That's my main rationale. Do you guys keep a lot of replicates in your sewing rooms? I find like the more I have, the better. One of the times I was picking up like some sewing supplies from a woman who no longer sews, and I'm not joking, this woman, her mom had, I would say at least 120 pairs of scissors. At least, if not more. And, you know, I was speaking with, I think it was her daughter-in-law who was telling me all about her mom's, or her mother-in-law's sewing history. And she was like, yeah, she really was always on a quest to find the right pair of scissors. And I'm like, yes, like ergonomics, I know probably better than most people how important ergonomics are. And how important it is to have tools, the right tools for the job, first of all, and second of all, tools that are shaped for your body or shaped for your hands, or if you're doing sports, you know, it's important to have a helmet that fits your head right. And these things often get overlooked, but for me, they make a big difference. So if I can get a pair of scissors, and these, I mean, they cut well, but they're not the best in my hand. Okay, I'm done talking about scissors. What else do you guys want to hear about? Okay, so this, a lot of times for these, I like to do, oh, that was a nice cut. Did you all see how straight that cut was? That was really good. Color me impressed. All right, so then we've got one piece. Hang on, I want to put them where you can see them. Show off my excellent work here. That's one piece, two piece, and pop in the color. If y'all want to give me a thumbs up, I would be very grateful if you could take a moment and give me a thumbs up. I'm sweating over here for this amazing Barbie content, and y'all give me life. Okay, so now this last one, I'm just trying to think of how to maximize my fabric, because it's like, well, I used half of it there, and I could kind of go up here, but I have to do two of these, so that would take more. This is a fat quarter. See, nobody cares. Do you guys care about this? It's like, yeah, this is only a fat quarter. It's teensy tiny. It's like, I don't know, 20 inches by 18 inches. Can you see? It's longer, wider that way than it is long. So I could put this here. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna do that. We're gonna do that, gang. I'm not overthinking it super much. Thank you, Betty, for the thumbs up. I'm so happy you're here. We had so much fun on Thursday. There was like an amazing amount of people tuned in watching, and I like to do these live streams because I can get sucked into video editing, and video editing is probably one of the worst things for my body. I have like neck issues, I have spinal cord issues, I have hand issues, migraine, like the list goes on. And even though I'm able to use it with my iPad and like some adaptive technology, it takes a toll. So these live streams have no option to do any video editing besides making a thumbnail. And that's a little bit safer for me. So you'll notice I just had this upside down. This print is not directional, is it? I don't think it is. Directional meaning like if all the flowers were pointing up, then I would have to obviously try to orient my piece like that so that all the flowers wouldn't be upside down. But I think we're okay. I don't know. Should I risk it? biscuit. I guess I could do this. Well, maybe I just made myself go insane. But look it, if I flip it like that, no, that didn't change anything, did it? No, because it's still upside down. It's not going to matter, you guys, because look, one's facing up and one's facing down. So that means that once we cut two of these, and we're not cutting this on the seam, once we cut two, we're going to have one for each side. And that's really all we care about. So let me get a couple of pins. Oh, I think I started to say, right? So I was picking up these sewing supplies from this woman that had 120 plus pairs of sewing scissors. And she also had 2 pin cushions. And I'm like, well, I probably don't really need 2 pin cushions. Maybe I should leave one in case someone else wants it. And the woman was like, no, you should just take them both. See which one you like better. And now I'm like, I could never survive with 1 pin cushion. Like, I keep one over here and I keep one over by my sewing machine. And it's really fun because like you can like rotate the pins, and sometimes when like one pin cushion runs out, you grab the other one and you're just like, okay, now I'm going to put all the white head pins into this cushion because that one's almost run out and this one's over full. And that's probably overthinking it a lot more than other people would, but I kind of have fun overthinking things sometimes. It's kind of my nature. Betty, to answer your question, I try to stream once a week, but I often fall short of that. So I would say maybe like every other Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern, I do a live stream, and I just had such a good time this past Thursday, and I was like, I want to keep riding this momentum. Like, I had earlier said to myself, I'm never sewing another Barbie outfit ever again. And then, you know, I saw how many people watched the live stream, and I saw how cute her dress looked, and I was like, we're sewing more Barbie clothes, and we're doing it on Sunday. So, to answer your question, I stream as much as I can, which is not very much, but hopefully Thursdays at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific, and maybe a bonus on Sundays. Look at, we got this. Now I need to try to, okay, so I wanted to kind of show off a little bit. This is like one of my favorite tools, and I use it all the time for people sewing, less often for Barbie sewing, but this is just a quilter's ruler, and I've got the grippy. This is called the Dritz. Well, it's not labeled with what it's called, but it's a Dritz hand grip. So here you go. It's like the old phone. And it helps me get enough like push down so that this thing isn't slipping all over the place, because otherwise I have problems because I don't have a lot of strength in my hands. So this is what I like to do when you're not cutting on the fold. You just go through and you cut off that little bit. And one of these days, I promise, I will change my rotary blade. But until then, I'm just double cutting and getting frustrated occasionally when there's little nicks that aren't cut. Okay, speaking of little nicks, let's mark our notches. So anywhere that's got a little triangle like that, I'm going to put a little cut in there. It's just going to be really little, guys, because remember, for these Barbie clothes, seam allowance is only 1/4 inch. What? What? That's so tiny. So tiny. But that's what it is. Okay, so that is notched. Let's get these guys notched. We got one here, and one here in the sleeve, one here on the side. And then sleeves, I always forget. Does anyone know? Please let me know in the chat. The ones that have 2 cuts, is that the back of the arm? And the one that has 1 cut is the front of the arm? Back, front. So here's what it's going to look like. That's her neck here. And then that's the armhole. I think this is the front. And that's the back. Thank you all for the thumbs ups. I'm going to have to take a break now, but we will be back sewing these together soon. Let me just, before I go, I'll notch the rest of them. That one's notched, that one's notched. This one doesn't get any notches. Oh, that's weird. I think it should probably get a center front. Well, whatever. I'm not going to notch it. I did the sleeve. Okay, guys, thank you so much for watching. Barbie's going to look great, and I'm going to be looking good as well. I can't wait to do another toile of the Patsy blouse by Charm Patterns. It's going to look so cute. Fireflies and gold fringe, and Barbie's got red fabric with pink flowers. Have a great night. Thanks for watching. Happy sewing.